My name is David with Superior Air Parts, and I'm going to show you how to find the parts you need for your engine. Pilots and mechanics always need to know if they're putting FAA-approved replacement parts on their engines. That way there are no problems when it comes to inspection time. To get to our eligibilities database, you go to the Superior Air Parts website at superiораirparts.com. Bring your mouse to Tech Support and click the Superior Eligibilities option on the drop-down menu. This brings you to our part eligibilities page. Now you can see here that there are three ways to search for the parts you're looking for. We have over here a part search on category. So all the categories, cylinders, crankshafts, camshafts, etc. They're all listed here. Also, you have the engine types. You have Lycoming engine types and Continental engine types. You can choose your engine and search that way. Then if you know the part number and you want to know if it's eligible for your engine, you can click Search by Parts. So let's say I have an IO550N. That's a Continental engine. So I'm going to click under Continental engine types and come down to IO550 and click Search Continental. Now these are all the parts that are available for an IO550 engine. But if you want to narrow that down a little bit more by your engine type, which in this case I said is N, you type N into the box here and click Search IO550 parts. That narrows it down by everything that's specifically for an IO550N. Now say again, I want to know the piston pins. So these are all alphabetical by category. So I can scroll down to piston pin, and there I am, the Sierra Alpha 630046 piston pin. So I can click on that part number, and this brings me to the part page. Now right away you can see several things here. There's a picture, there's the part number, there's a description of the part. Also, there are a couple of links that you need to pay attention to. The FAA website link is here. If you click that link, it takes you directly to this part number on the FAA website. So you can see there are the eligibilities according to the FAA. If I close that back out, I come back to our page. You can also see that the Superior PMA number is here. If you click that, it opens up the documentation that we have received from the FAA for this part number. I can scroll down to the page with the part number. There's the part number, SA 630046, and once again, here are all the eligibilities listed from the FAA. So if I close that and go back to the part page, once again, down at the bottom here, there are the eligibilities for this part. This should match both the Superior link and the FAA link. Now another way I may be able to find this part is from the category search. So let me click Part Eligibilities, and that takes us back to the front page of our Part Eligibilities site. And I know I'm looking for a piston pin, so I can scroll down once again and say, click on piston pin down here. So this brings up the piston pin parts page, and it divides it by Lycoming piston pin parts and Continental piston pin parts, and if we have any standard parts as well. So I know I have a Continental, and I want to know exactly which piston pin I need. So I click on the Continental piston pin parts. Now I have several different options here. It may be a little more lengthy to find the part this way, but this is just in case you don't have the correct engine designation in front of you. So you might have to click by each one of these and say, check if that is the part that you're looking for. So if I click on the first one here, I can see, no, that's not an IO550N piston pin part number. So I'll click back, and you can go through each one of these and see what they are used for. But again, you'll end up here at the SA 630046, and you'll be able to see that your IO550N is here. Now the third way you can check, if I click on the part eligibilities banner once again, come back to the part eligibilities front page, you can click search by part. Sometimes you have a partial part number or an OEM part number, and you can put that in here. This part search is not exact. So if you have an OEM part number, you may know that the part number is 630046, and you can put that in, click search part numbers, and sometimes their part numbers are similar to our part numbers, and it will bring that part number up. And once again, there we are at the part page. So let me click and go back to the main page. Anytime you have a part number, if you know our part number, you can type in the full part number and click search, and it'll take you straight to the page. I just want to show you a couple more really useful features of our eligibilities page. Sometimes people call up and say, hey, what is the piston for that cylinder? Or, hey, what are the parts in that set? Or something to that effect. And so we have all of that here on the site. So if I go to cylinder and click Lycoming cylinders, and I want an SL36006 Whiskey-Alpha 20 Papa, I can click on that, and here's all the eligibilities for that. But further on down, here's everything in that assembly. It lists all the gaskets, all the springs, all the valves, everything, and somebody can come down here and look at the bottom and go, oh, there's the piston right there, SL75089A, that's the piston in this cylinder. So that's a really useful feature for us and also for customers. Now you can do the same thing with gasket sets. So if I click on a gasket set, let's go to a Continental gasket set. Let's look at something that's a major overhaul gasket set. Just click on one of these. And once you click on that, it says there's 46 parts in this set. You can see all of those parts. So that helps a lot with people seeing whether or not the gasket they need is actually in that set. Also, if you click on any one of these parts, just say if you did a part search and this is the part you came across, this is obviously a valve cover gasket. You can see all the eligibilities here, and again, the links are all here, but there's another link that said see sets with this part number. So you can see all of the sets that this gasket is in. So if you click on that, here are all the gasket sets that include this gasket. So that is really useful for a lot of people. The last one I want to look at is a camshaft assembly. You can go back here. Let's type in a part search for 18840. Click enter. Here you see these are camshaft kits. If you click on either one of those kits, again, here are the parts for that number. Now you don't see the eligibilities, but the eligibilities will be under the main part number. So you'll see what's in this camshaft kit. That's 8 of the SL72877 and 1 of the SL18840 camshaft. But if I click back and then click on the main part number, there are all the eligibilities for that. And again, these are some really cool features that help people determine if their part is correct, if they have it in that set, or if there's another set that they need to get, or what parts are in the cylinder assemblies or camshaft assemblies. And I just think you'll find this really useful. Now let's scroll back to the top here, click on part eligibilities to go back to the main page. I hope this helps you in your search for parts. I know that it's made things for me more simple. Many people have called up looking for a part for a certain engine, and because I don't know that part number right offhand, I use this tool and look up parts every day for customers. Thank you.